You were mentioning before about motherhood and houses.
Yes.
What does Hooyo mean?
Hooyo mean in Somali language is home. That is the room of the mother is your first house. But when you're calling your mom, you say Hooyo, is you say mom, my home, and she say I'm your home. For that is so powerful because the description of the mother is I am the home. And I think this woman they were saying, I'm the home and I don't have home. How can I mother my kids?
Hi, my name is Faiza. I'm from Birmingham. I'm a mother of four. And I am driving instructor part-time. And I live in mostly right now, but I have lived so many different places in Birmingham. So I have been into 9 different places for the last 8 years and a half, 9 years.
Okay, so garden ki waa kana.
If you feel safe in your home, take one step forward. If you're not, don't take any steps. Next question. My house is healthy. No step, no movement happen. If you ever experience homeless, take one step forward. haddaad weligaa homeless aad noqotay noloshaada step soo qaado.
First, I was in a hotel, then in a temporary accommodation for 2 years and a half, and then another temporary accommodation, and then another hotel, and then another hotel, and then another hotel. And there's one I forgot at the beginning also. So there are 9.
Okay, so gurigaan soo eegeen. Gurigaan
The repetition of experience has, as you say, been a constant feature of this research, and this kind of cycling through hostels, through hotels, through houses that are overcrowded and are often in a dire state of disrepair because of damp and mould, because of water coming through the roof, because of rats and someone mentioned snails infesting their home today, but all these different kind of intrusions into the home.
Yeah.
In May 2017, we have been given a flat downstairs, 3-bedroom. It was fine. It was small, but it was fine at the beginning. But when we stayed like a month, things come out like damp, mold. You will wake up in the morning and snails are everywhere. And I remember just putting my daughter's backpack on the floor for a weekend. And Monday morning, she wanted to take it to school. It was black. The whole side that was on the floor was black. So I reported and I reported and I reported and I reported it so many times to them. And they will come, they will look, they will leave. They will come, they will look, they will leave. I used to hold the umbrella for my kids to use the toilet because of the water that's coming down. So the lawyer sent, I have the report, the lawyer sent somebody to my house checking, somebody from the environment department, and they did, they checked the house, and the report they wrote was written, it was saying that the house is not deemed for humans to live in.
Your house sometimes it brings stress to you. Take a step forward. Take a step forward if this is affect your family, the house you live in. It destroy your family.
They have so much damage at home. How much is gonna be like dam, too much dam. So I'm feeling no like actually safety for children for that dam.
I'd like to say that I've been homeless since 2013. It's almost more than 10 years. Those condition of my house is not that really good. It's a dam, it's a holes in my floors. It's so the house is not safe. It's not healthy.
My son has asthma, so he was on the inhalers that time when we moved there. But he ended up having so many asthma attacks because of the mold and the dam in the house. And I have asked the GP, I went to the GP and I said, this is what's making him sick. And he said, I know. And he wrote a letter to the council, but they haven't done anything because he said, I cannot ask them to move you. It's not my job, but I can let them know. So 2017, 18, I was there. 19, I was there. I was complaining. I went to a solicitor's. 2019, I went to the MP, the local MP. I went to the local councillor, showed them the pictures. They wrote to them and they said, you know what, we don't have a place for them. I have the emails. It just doesn't make sense. They just use those words of like, okay, we know this family. We're trying our best, but we don't have houses.
The UK's housing crisis has become a familiar story, covered in the media, debated in politics, and challenged through activism. But what is often left out of the conversation is how unequally it is experienced. The crisis is racialised. Black people are almost 4 times more likely to face statutory homelessness than white households. And this is not a new problem. Racial inequality in housing is rooted in historic laws and policies, from landlords' legal right to refuse tenants on racial grounds until the Race Relations Act in 1968. Birmingham's racist housing policies in the 1950s and 60s, which banned migrants from accessing local authority housing, were followed by dispersal policies in the 1960s. Present policies, like the hostile environment approach, reproduce older racial inequalities. Black families also experience hate crime in temporary accommodation and private rentals.
It's the system that's causing distress and the complaint stuff that actually, and I think this idea that there is this perception that Somali women don't know how to kind of register the issues with their houses, that they don't know how to access the state, and actually the issue is not that, and it's not an issue which is described as like digital illiteracy. It's that the state dismisses, it blames, and that process creates intense forms of distress.
They don't want questions, no questions asked. No one is taking the responsibility for anything.
Take a step forward. If you feel like no one can help you, you are hopeless. Take a step forward. You feel like you will never get home you deserve.
We're going to move forward in our space, yes. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
When you lose your home and become homeless, which seems like a practical problem, it's actually a deeply moral and psychic problem.
Psychologically, your identity being taken away from you, and then disturbed the belonging to the society or to community or who you are.
The damage they caused my kids half of their lives now. Actually, with my 9-year-old, it's almost all of her life that she's homeless. She doesn't, all her life she knows that we're moving. You want to protect your kids, but there are limits to the things that you can protect them from. It makes me feel like worthless, and it makes me feel like I cannot protect my kids. It makes me feel sad. It made me feel really sad.
We heard again and again that this community has experienced so much discrimination at every stage, outright hate crime, discrimination when they make a claim for housing, discrimination in the health system, discrimination in the way in which their needs are assessed or they're diagnosed with different conditions, or their children are diagnosed. And I remember one of our participants saying, we're taxpayers, we're citizens in this country, but we've never been treated as such. We're treated like we're always takers, we're never givers. I think that was what she said.
I have made it home for my kids.
And despite the fact that it's still a temporary
accommodation, yes.
Still got all of these rules and
Yes.
regulations.
Yeah, I still made it home for them to enjoy. I'm trying to make them to have that normal life. No, there's no issue. But the back of my head, they can send me a text message one day and tell me I know it's gonna happen. Move. Because that's what they do. From every single place I moved from, it was a text message from the council, and move in one day, and move in 2 days. That's it. There's nothing else. No explanation, no one you see, nothing. So that could happen anytime, but I don't want my children to feel that could happen.
So I suppose the issue of housing is often thought about just as an issue of housing. But what this research has opened up is that actually when the home is rendered insecure in all these different ways, that affects so many other areas of life.
Look, these 9 years of my kids' life and my life, I'm adult. Yes, it hurts and it's not easy, but my kids will remember this for the rest of their life. And the local authority, the government is saying, okay, we're doing a lot for the young people and the families, and we're doing this and we're doing that. Did they do it for certain people? What I will say to them is they need to listen to the words that's coming out from their mouth, because they say something and they do something else. They say they're here to work for the community and for the people, but they don't work for the people. They don't. If I'm talking to a parent or a woman who is homeless like me, or who suffer as much as I did, I will tell her it's the system who let you down, and let your kids down. So be strong. That's what I would say. Is it done?